Server not responding. Oh no, did I just see? Oh no, I did. Oh no, no. Yeah, it appears I might have dropped frames. Yeah, I did disconnect. Oh no, did I disconnect? Yeah, I'm R0. Well, at least I killed the spider before that happened. I'll just DC. Sorry guys, I had to disconnect here. Got bad weather, so unfortunately, disconnected. Well, I have disconnected and there's no reason to be here, really. I'm going to pause the video until the connection comes back. So I'll shut down all of the clients and I'll pause here. Sorry. Gonna pause and make something to eat while I wait for the internet to come back. And I'm gonna pause the video. Be right back. Well, that's fun. Oh, did we connect? Yeah, never mind. We connected. Yay! So we'll get back in. Ba 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 ba, and this is. So sorry, guys. Disconnected. Bad storm. Yeah, reconnection available. Okay. Gonna pause for a minute here. Did you lose my world settings? Gonna go cook something. I'll be right back. It won't take long while I log in. Around. Oh god. Hi guys, gonna unlock, so I'm gonna unpause the video here. Okay, back. Sorry, only like back 5 minutes later. Restarted all the clients and everything. I'm trying to get inside where it's safe because I'm just gonna get swarmed and. I can't stand how they stun you all the time. It's so annoying. There we go. Okay, next would be FFXI. Oh, excuse me. Okay, back in. Hopefully I didn't die. No, I'm fine. Sign up for first. Oops. Legendary, and I killed them in 3. That's nice. Yay! I didn't see anything. Wow, a quicksand coffer key, nice. Ooh, dinner's almost ready. I just gotta do one more thing. I made dumplings. Oh, I am not... Scorch Beast. Viable Scorch Beastie, man. Oh, my dinner's cooking. Damn it. Oh, damn it. Ah, damn it. I can't find what they want here. I'm gonna quit out for just a moment while I eat dinner. We'll watch something. Let us see. Agree, ruin these YouTubers. I'm gonna watch this and I'll be right back, guys. Just gotta get my dinner. Alright. Dinner time. Just watching Marcel the Shelley with Alex, Piranha Bytes Hidden Gem. Like and sub to your channel.
Magalan, home to a civilization of millions. Until the comet hit.
EvE is an open-world action RPG by the small German video game developer Piranha Bytes and was first released in 2017. Piranha Bytes is mostly known for their critically acclaimed Gothic series, the first two entries of which are considered milestones of the open-world action RPG genre. In this video, I'd like to give a brief overview about EvE and what made it special to me. EvE, just like many of Piranha Bytes' games, however, has been somewhat misunderstood. This is illustrated by the polarizing reviews the game has received upon launch, with outlets like IGN giving EvE extreme.
Oh, I'm out of water. I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get some ice water.
Extremely low scores, undeservedly so in my own opinion. I believe this is at least partially due to treating Piranha Bytes games the same as you would any other action RPG, but it may make more sense to treat them as their own subgenre within it, perhaps similar to the Souls-like genre created by From Software's Soulsborne games. Although admittedly Piranha Bytes had a far smaller influence on video games in general, and hasn't spawned a whole bunch of games like it that could be called Gothic-likes. To understand the game, it is important to understand where it came from, which is why we're going to kick this video off with a quick overview of the history of Piranha Bytes since the launch of Gothic 3, which heralded major changes within the company and the games it would come to develop. Following the catastrophic launch of Gothic 3 in 2006, Piranha Bytes lost the rights to the Gothic IP to their publisher, Koch Media, and was forced to invent a new IP to continue making video games. They chose to play it safe and came up with Risen, a game that, despite its name, had all the hallmarks of another Gothic, as I've explained in a previous video. Following the successful launch of Risen, however, they changed course with Risen 2, completely revamping their newly created franchise and diving into a pirate theme, much to the dismay of many fans. Due to the mixed reviews that Risen 2 received upon launch, Piranha Bytes decided to take a step back with Risen 3 again and brought more fantasy and medieval elements back into the game, but here as well we ended up with a mixed bag that didn't really satisfy anyone. According to Björn Pankratz, who until recently was the creative director at Piranha Bytes, the company wanted to create something completely different from their previous games, at least when it came to the setting. Thus, EvE was an even greater departure from previous Piranha Bytes games, even more so than Risen 2 had been at the time, and it was also Piranha Bytes' most ambitious games up to that point, largely due to its new setting, but also due to its tremendous scope and size. Now, if you haven't played EvE yet and you absolutely want no spoilers whatsoever, not even the initial story setup and the world building background, just skip ahead to the chapter titled Criticisms. If you're okay with this kind of information, which would have been available prior to the game's launch anyway, you can watch the following 2 chapters. There will be another spoiler warning before I talk about the game's endings, which are obviously a different kind of caliber of spoilers compared to the following. Now, with the world and the story out of the way, let's take a look at why ELEX hasn't been received favourably by some. Whilst ELEX broke at least in part with Piranha Bytes' previous fantasy setting, it still retained the core values of a Piranha Bytes game. An atmospheric, believable open world to explore, with a focus on character development and player choice, which sees the player rise from the humblest of beginnings to an almost all-powerful godlike entity by the end of the game. ELEX did come with its own share of problems, however, many of which had become pretty typical for Piranha Bytes at this point and quite frustrating for long-time fans of their games. The most significant of these was probably that the game was incredibly difficult at the beginning, even for a Piranha Bytes title. This wasn't helped by the fact that the melee combat system, which you'd rely on at the beginning of the game for the most part, may possibly be the worst Piranha Bytes has ever come up with. In principle, the system is nothing special. You have fast as well as slow and heavy attacks, dodges and blocks, pretty standard stuff. But the enemies' hitboxes, the clunky animations and the brutal stamina system make the game's melee combat feel unfair. Fortunately, just like previous Piranha Bytes titles, the game gets much easier the more you level up, and if you don't want to fight the enemies in melee, ranged combat and magic are also an option. Although the latter only becomes available when you join the Berserkers or the Clerics with their pseudo-magic, whatever the hell that is, and that takes a while to get to. Another point of criticism was ELEX's convoluted main story. I've already spoken enough about the initial story setup and about the endings and don't want to provide any more spoilers in this video. Let's just say that between the beginning and the end of the game, surprisingly, quite a lot of stuff happens, and that for a Piranha Bytes game, the story is quite complex and even has a few twists and turns every now and then that kept me wanting to know more. It is by no means a Witcher 3 in terms of its writing, but I had the feeling that Piranha Bytes had made good progress in terms of
Alright, I'm going to put my dinner away. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. I like that I can just log out and then log back in. He's a zombie now. It's annoying that the Princeps and the Cynifer have like a coinciding aggro radius. I've already ran into it. Yep, nice, and just collect my shit.
Of their storytelling compared to previous titles, and was hoping to see more of that, perhaps a little more streamlined in ELEX 2. Despite the perhaps not exceptional story, slightly outdated graphics, the terrible melee combat and the overall jankiness of the game, ELEX was, according to Piranha Bytes themselves, the company's greatest financial success yet. And it felt to me as though after the experiments that were Risen 2 and 3, Piranha Bytes had found their feet again. They had learned from some of their previous mistakes, although by far not all of them, and dared to reinvent themselves in a way without losing the core elements which make their game special and unique. ELEX seemed to be a much more grown-up and mature game as the Risen and potentially even the Gothic series, with a much deeper and more complex plot. Although I have to admit, the first time I tried playing ELEX, I had to put it down again after the first few hours because I found it too hard on the normal difficulty. I came back to it years later after the announcement of ELEX 2 and restarted it on easy and turned off the stamina gauge. And I'm not even ashamed of it. If you are a first time player of ELEX and find yourself getting frustrated with the game, especially in the beginning, do yourself a favor and just turn down the difficulty. This is not a Souls-like. Although people have previously compared Piranha Bytes games to Souls-likes, just like I have in the beginning of the video, the gameplay, at least the combat, is of secondary importance to the world. The atmosphere, the quests, and exploration is the main meat of the game and why you play these games. And if...
Which is what I was looking to hear, and I don't want to hear it. Damn it. Uh-oh. Waha. Who killed my tiger? What? Oh. No, he aggroed a Princeps as he finished. Okay.